Update. Am I the a-hole for exposing an influencer to her family after she demanded a free painting and $200 on top of that, then threatening to tell her followers to not buy from me if I refused? Original post. My mom's goddaughter, let's call her Jen, 29 female, asked me, 25 female, to do a painting for her because she saw I did one for a mutual friend we'll call Anna. Jen wanted the painting as a gift for her father, who is a retired photographer. Here's the thing. Anna paid me for the painting, and everything went smoothly. She posted a picture of the painting with her mom as she was gifting it to her. Well, Jen saw that painting and became interested in one for her father. The problem is, she wanted me to do it for free. She said she would advertise it on her Instagram and tell her fans to buy from me in exchange for the painting. I told her no, as I am not in a great financial spot right now, and I cannot afford to do something for free. She wanted a custom-sized canvas, which is not commonly found in stores. I would either have to have it made myself or try to find it online for a reasonable price. I explained this to her, but she still didn't understand. She said I already had the materials on hand and that she didn't think art materials were that expensive. She accused me of being greedy and not having a vision for business, claiming that her exposure would be more valuable than my art. She also said she wanted me to pay her $200 on top of the free painting, arguing that with her help, I would make so much money, and companies pay her to review things. She pointed out that every creative artist or individual, including her father, did free work at the beginning. Everything went downhill when she noticed I wasn't replying, I was working, and she started talking down on me because I was let go from the military for medical reasons beyond my control. She said I had failed at everything, including that, and that she was giving me the option to succeed and make my parents proud. Since I wasn't replying, she called my mom to complain that I didn't want to do a free painting for her. As I mentioned, she's my mom's goddaughter and my mom seems to have a preference for her. Mom called me back and demanded I do the painting for free. I became enraged. Jen's words about my parents not being proud of me stuck in my head. So, I decided to draw a 2-second sketch and told her that was her free painting and to leave me alone. She became really angry and threatened to post on her socials, telling her followers not to buy from me and to ruin my art career. I've received a few phone calls from my mom, which I haven't answered, and some hate messages from what I assume are her followers. Am I the a-hole for exposing her texts to her family? Now for the top comments before reading the update. Info. Why would she call your mom? She's my mom's goddaughter. How well will it go over if you show this to your mom? Whatever you can do to mess her day up, so bad that she doesn't dare talk to you like this again, please do it. I don't have a good relationship with my mom. I feel like she would side with her. She's the perfect daughter. Something I was never for her, so... The more influencers who get exposed for the cons they are, the better. Expose away, not the a-hole. OP should also show her mom, then ask if she's paying for the canvas, any supplies needed, and the $200 fee to be promoted, which guarantees 0 commissions. Flat out no, I don't work for free. Show the girl's dad. This is what I came here to see. He's an artist. I'm sure he would be so proud of his baby girl for having 0 appreciation for the process, cost or heart that goes into the work. Jen sounds like a spoiled, insufferable brat. Now for the update. Hi everyone. Just wanted to give a quick update. I did tell her dad about it. We had a brief talk, and he told me she's been acting out due to problems in her relationship. Not sure if that's true. He also mentioned that she has been battling alcohol and substance abuse, which has made her more prone to picking fights. She has had recurrent issues, with family and friends complaining to him about it. He said it was his fault for always giving her what she wanted, and for raising her spoiled. Either way, he assured me that he was going to talk to her and ask her never to contact me again. He also asked me not to tell her boyfriend about it, as they are on the brink of separation. Her attitude toward others is one of the reasons they are having problems. Her dad is a sweetheart, and he's currently going through dialysis. I told him it's fine as long as she never contacts me or my family again. As for my mother, I've never gotten along with her, so I've blocked her for now. I'm not sure if it'll be forever, but I'm trying to find peace. For those who asked me to expose her publicly, I am not going to do that. That was never my plan. I never said I would. I only said I would expose her to her family. I appreciate all the support I've received and those who have reached out to check on me. Y'all are great. I would appreciate it if you guys didn't DM me asking for usernames or if you are a news reporter. I really don't care. And I'm not here to get clout, as some say. I just wanted to know if I'd be in the wrong, and I got my verdict. This might not be the update y'all were wanting, but that's the only one I have for now. Edit. Due to the high number of people harassing me over not exposing her publicly, I will be deleting this post. For those doing that, you are no different than her. You don't get your way, and you start harassing someone? Seriously? Thanks to the good and sweet people who supported me. You're a class act, but please share your Insta or Etsy so we can support you. OP definitely shouldn't share that. What an enormous mistake that would be, and what a poorly thought out request you've made. Sounds like OP is navigating this whole thing well and understands the value of appropriate boundaries, both on Reddit and in life. You're the a-hole for having no backbone and not exposing her. Now she's going to victimize others because you failed to act. I hope you stub all your toes this week. People that give other people a pass for crap like this are entirely what is wrong with this world. More so than the bully themselves. Enablers are trash. I did expose her to her family like I said I would. I never said I would expose her publicly. Next story. Am I the a-hole for not paying for my nephew's tuition after he was rude to my son? So I hit it big at the stake casino last year. Like life-changing money. Everyone in the family suddenly has ideas about how I should spend my winnings. My sister's kid has been applying to state schools. He was over at Tower Place for a family barbecue last month when he started mocking my son about his gaming hobby, calling him a no-life loser, and saying he'll never move out of my basement. My son was in tears afterward. Kids already dealing with anxiety, and this sent him spiraling. Fast forward to last week, my sister calls demanding I pay for nephew's tuition since I have all this extra money just sitting around. I laughed and reminded her how her precious boy treated my son. She exploded saying it was just boys being boys, and I'm destroying his future over nothing. Now the whole family's blowing up my phone saying I'm being petty and vindictive. Look, I'm not obligated to fund his education regardless, but especially not after he made my kid cry. Am I the a-hole? Ignore that nephew. Buy him the book titled, Don't Be a Pompous A-Hole to Your Cousin, whose daddy just hit it big at the casino, and you just crapped the bed. Should have told your sister it was just uncles being uncles when you decided not to pay. 1. Contact a financial advisor. 2. Block anyone with unsolicited suggestions on what to do with your money. Make sure the financial advisor has your interest at heart, not theirs. Read up on them before you pick someone. Do not, under any circumstances, go with someone who wants to sell you mutual funds. They are the most expensive investments and provide the least return to you personally. Do not hire any advisor that makes a commission on selling you investments, especially life insurance. Never buy insurance as an investment product. Only buy insurance for potential losses you can't pay for. Even if your nephew were a saint dropped down from heaven, you are under no obligation to cover his tuition. But congrats to your nephew, he did indeed get schooled. Next story. Am I the a-hole for calling out my dad at a family gathering after he made a snide comment about my mom? So for some context, my parents split when I was 5, and my mom, 45 female, raised me, 23 female, entirely on her own. My dad, 48 male, was never really in the picture. He'd show up sporadically, make empty promises, and then disappear again. Meanwhile, my mom worked 2 jobs, sacrificed everything, and made sure I never felt like I was missing out. She's my hero, plain and simple. Now last weekend, my dad's side of the family had a big reunion and my dad invited me. I decided to go because I wanted to see my cousins and grandparents. everything was fine until my dad made a comment during dinner talking about how hard it is to raise kids these days, and then said, "But I guess it's easier when you only have to do it part-time, huh?" while looking directly at me. At first I was confused. Easier? My mom worked herself to the bone to provide for me, and she did it completely alone. And then I realized that he wasn't saying it wasn't easier for her, but for himself. He was smugly patting himself on the back for barely being involved, as if his absence was some kind of gift to my mom, when in reality my mom struggled to make ends meet. I was furious. I don't remember what I said exactly, but it was something along the lines of, "You've been a bum this whole time, showing up whenever it was convenient for you while my mom gave up everything to raise me, and you're proud of it? Don't you dare act like you've done anyone favors for what you did." So, yeah, the table went quiet. My dad looked embarrassed, tried to laugh it off, but I wasn't done. I told him he had no right to talk about parenting when he never acted like one. Now, some of my relatives are saying I was too harsh and that I humiliated him in front of everyone, that I should have just let it go because that's just how he is. Personally, I think he gets what he freaking deserves. I don't regret standing up for my mom and me. She's always put me first. Still, the backlash is making me think that maybe I did go a little too far. Should I have at least toned it down? Now for the top comments. Your dad made an insensitive, thoughtless comment, and you had a knee-jerk reaction. He should be glad you didn't react even more strongly. Good on you for sticking up for your mother. Your relatives who criticized you can eat a bag of you-know-whats. They're generally people I get along with decently well. I suppose they just wanted to keep the peace in a way, but I wasn't having it when he was being such an a-hole. Go figure. In addition to dumping all responsibility on your mom, it seems as if he didn't take you to visit and connect with his side of your family. That would really tick me off. Maybe to whoever hosted the reunion, you could call and apologize for your knee-jerk reaction. Let them know you were having a good time reconnecting with your dad's side of the family. And when he mocked your mom's efforts, you blew up because he belittled all her hard work. At the same time, he kept you from being closer to that side of the family. As long as nobody ended up in the ER, no harm, no foul. This is one party that everyone will remember. Good on you for that. You called out your irresponsible dad. I'm sure many a relative cheered inside as they agreed with every word you said. Not the a-hole. No, you are not the a-hole. You said it yourself. No regrets for standing up for your mom and yourself. He sucks. Oh yeah, I for sure don't regret calling him out. I just thought that maybe I took it a little too far when I did. But so far, the response to the thread has been that it was a fine response. So yeah, that's a relief. That's just how he is why people continue to be a-holes their whole lives. No one bothers to tell them they are a-holes. Good for you. Time for no contact with Mr. Sperm Donor. Last story. Am I the a-hole for telling my sister if mom isn't good enough for her? Then neither am I, and we're not sisters anymore? I, 21 female, have a sister Lola, 16 female. We have the same mom, but different dads. Her dad cheated on my mom when she was 1 and left to be with the other woman, and he wasn't in her life for a couple of years. He only started being a dad to her when his relationship with the other woman broke down. But by the time Lola was 7, they were back together. Lola's dad and his wife were awful to me and my mom. She used to call me a little brat and called my mom other, less kind things. She'd even comment about all the stuff Lola had because she had a dad and I didn't. Behind the scenes, her dad's wife was in her ear, making all these claims that my mom wasn't a good person and making up crazy stuff. Like how my mom had stabbed her dad in the stomach, and that's why they broke up. Or how my mom stopped Lola from traveling with her dad and his wife, and how they wanted to take her all over the world, but my mom said no. Lola was spoiled by her dad's wife, and it made her act like that woman was the best person. My mom brought it up in court and even got a therapist involved for Lola as proof. But Lola never said what her dad's wife told her. She told me, but I didn't count as proof. So in court, my mom couldn't do anything. Lola's dad and his wife were warned that parental alienation was serious and stuff, but nothing happened. After court, her dad's wife treated us worse. and Lola got even closer to her and started treating my mom like crap. It all led to Lola saying in court that she wanted to live with her dad and never with my mom. The court gave Lola permission to choose. She said my mom wasn't good enough to be her mom, and her dad's wife had shown her what an actual good mom will do for her kid. But she wanted a relationship with me still. She called me and invited me over and wanted to hang out. And after she called a few times, I told her to stop trying to hang out with me. I told her the way she treated my mom, the fact she said my mom wasn't good enough for her, meant I'm not either, and told her since she has a new mom, we're not sisters anymore. Lola cried on the phone and asked me why I was being so cruel, and I told her I didn't like the person she'd become, and to go cry to her new mommy since she was so into everything that evil witch said. Lola's dad went nuts over it, and because Lola was crying, my mom got called about it and was told I needed to apologize. My mom asked me if I really made Lola cry, and I said yeah. I told her I didn't want to speak to her while she was being like that. I said if she doesn't care how that woman treats us, then 16 or not, I'm done with her. My mom understood. She knows how awful her ex's wife is. But am I the a-hole for what I said to my sister? Not the a-hole. She's 16 and old enough to know that some people are talking Fafo. She can now try to find the truth for herself, if she wants to. Now that stepmom can't use her to hurt biomom, she's very likely to find out the truth with some first-hand experience. Abusers don't just stop abusing when they lose their victim, they just move on to the next. People saying she is old enough to know what they are doing is pretty crazy. Both OP and the sister are young. I wouldn't be so quick to say you are done with your sister. Things change after 10 plus years. I hope you both are able to mend your relationship in the future. I think everyone sucks here. The relationship won't heal if she treats mom like dirt and doesn't apologize for siding with someone who was nasty to mom and to me. But I don't think she'll ever do that when she's the spoiled princess over there. Not at all. Your sister is an immature child, obvious since she's just a kid. But I would not give her even an inch of grace at this point. She has to apologize to both you and your mom. OP, you do not owe her anything, but this very important lesson you have taught her. Actions have consequences. If she learns from it and can prove she is contrite, then of course you should forgive her. But that is miles down the road. If it ever happens, yes, it's miles down the road. Part of me doubts it will, because it's too easy for her to keep being the spoiled princess there.